Hi guys, let's go ahead with designing the next part of the project. So that will be the list view, and you can see the way it's looking. Websites redesign. So it's very close to what we just wrapped up with. So what we can do is to duplicate this gallery because the designs are very much similar to each other. Okay, I can see that there is a padding here. There's a distance for the y-axis which I don't want. I'll take out that. Yeah, it's looking nice. This is the main container. Okay, so I think let me rename this container here. I'll say con action controls, then I'll say con galleries, because this this container here would hold all the galleries. So I can now name this gallery con, oh, not con, I can say gal grade view. Okay, then I will duplicate this gallery, copy, select the container, then so now I have two galleries. Okay, I'll call this gallery list view. Okay, list view, and for this one we need to change the layout, but now there's an issue because the first one is showing up and the second one is showing up, and we need to be able to toggle both views based on whatever is selected on this gallery here for the buttons. So what we can do, I'll go to the unselect of the gallery and I'll put a variable. I'll say set var selected view, okay, to this item. I'm just going to say this item dot text. Okay, so whenever I select a value, if I select grade, for example, what will be the value of the variable would be grade. If I select lists, I'm holding down my Alt key and I'm actioning this button. When I select this, the value will be list. So I'll copy that and I'll go over here. I'll come over here. This, I would say on the visible of the first gallery, it should only be visible when this variable, the value is equal to grade, which is that text there. Okay, and this other one, the visible should only be visible when the value is equal to list. Okay, and that would toggle the view based on whatever is selected. Okay, so you might not be able to see the actual differences until I change the layout for this. So let's go ahead with changing the layout for this. I think it should not be too hard. This remains same. You can see this remains same, this remains same. We just have to put all these on a single container, then move the progress bar to the right hand side. So we'll come, how do we make this on a straight line? Each of them. So let's study the layout here. You can see that this container is stacked vertically. Let's change that to horizontal. And you can see in one click it's easy to adjust the layouts, and it might not be so clear. That's because the width of our current width is smaller. Let's change this to something like 1500, and you can see it's looking more clearer now. Let's increase it further to 17. It's looking nice. Let's change the date format here, because the date format here it's looking like this. So we can do that by saying text, using the text function. Then we can say double quotes, dash dash dd. Oh, nice. And it's looking very close to what we want. For this layout, the wrap should default to 1. Wrap 1. Oh my gosh. So since it's this way, then what we need to do is to we'll come to the parent here. Okay, this is the main container, right? So inside of this, that's where we have the other items start. Okay, so what I would like to do is I need the main container to be a horizontal container because I'll be adding the progress bar to the other side. So instead of changing this and distorting the rest items, what I'll do above that, which is the parent of that main container, I will insert another container, which will be a vertical container. Okay, I'll move that up. I will take out the minimum height and width. Take out the minimum height and width. Then I would, this last container here is the progress bar. I will select and cut it out. I'll paste that in this new container. Okay, then this main container as well, I will also click and drag it inside above the progress bar. So let's make some adjustments to this now. So this is what we want. I think so we'll turn on flexible width for both. This one would be take the fill portion of 2, and this one will take the fill portion of 8. So they all sum up to 10 or 100%. So it's looking this way now. And yeah, so it's looking good now. And I think I need to adjust the template size. So let's do that for the gallery. So template size, let's make it 100. Okay, that is too small. Let's make it 200, which is better. This is better, and I don't think there are any gaps between. So we'll take out template padding. Okay, and that's okay. Then for both containers, I would make sure they are aligned to the center. So I'm also aligned to the center here. I'll take out the progress keyword here. And why is it red? Height of this. I don't think you need a height, or that's for the container, right? Then I can align the text inside to the right here. Or the container, align the items to the right. So I love my designs to be consistent across everywhere. Height. Let me see FX device mode .btn height, because I know I have a height set for BTNs for my buttons. And this is 35, which is outrageous. Okay. Since this is a smaller button, I'll maintain 24. I would love to fix that button height in a variable, but I will just maintain 24 for those buttons. Okay, and I would also take out the flexible width here. Take out flexible width. Then what do I give this one for the width? What's the width here? The width is 170. So let's say 170 here. The width 170, and this I maintain MD2, right? _2. Make it bigger, blow that up. Yeah, so and let's see what we have for the other text sizes. This, for example, I can just copy that and make that size same as this text size, font size. Just set this one dot size. Then you should blow that size up, and the rest of it. The size of this is coming from there, so everything should look better now. Now I think things are looking nice now, but I think we can make it look better. So if you look from the original design, everything is going up to this part of the screen, then the other part goes to the right here. I would turn off the flexible width for the progress bar. Then flexible width is turned off. I'll just give it a fixed width of maybe 100 for the progress bar. I'll adjust the height of the container. It's where the progress bar is and the percentage, the height should be 40. So I can take off that screw there. So I turn off flexible width for this. So on the main container, then on all the individual items, I can turn on the flexible width, but for the items inside, I will lay them to the right, to the left. Okay, so since they respect their individual width by doing that, I would say the width here should be 600. Then the rest, I will make them point to the container 5. So I will just say the rest, the width should be the same as container 5 by doing this. Okay, that is looking good. That is looking really, really good. For this point here, I want the width of my text to be flexible, so the buttons are closer to the text. You can see here, they are closer to the text. So what we can do, I have a formula here to adjust the width of my buttons based on the number of text in it. I can do same thing here, instead of having a flexible width, instead of having a fixed width. Wow, it's perfect. So I think this is the perfect number to multiply. And I'll click on the parent container there, then I'll make sure they are aligned to the left, then the button should come closer, which is perfect. And I'll take off the shadow from this container, from the main container. Then now we need to add some padding. So let's make sure we make use of the padding we used here so it's consistent. So what we can do is to point to this container that has some padding, so it's easy for us to edit. So I'll just pick the padding I used for this container, which is the outer container before the gallery, after the gallery, or inside of the gallery, the main container inside of the gallery. So I'll click on this. I'll look for that container first, which is this guy here, and give everything that padding. Then I can say self.padding top for the rest of the areas, padding top right, and do same for the rest here. Okay, we're having some padding. Now I will take out the shadow from the next one here, and we don't have shadows on the next one. What else do we need to add up? Okay, something is looking weird here. You can see this is shooting out, so I believe we need to bring things to the center. Things are already at the center. We need to take out gaps. I'll put gap 0 for now just to see. Yes, I think we needed to take out the gaps, and yet it's still looking small even after we've taken out the gaps. There are still some extra gaps between them. We need to adjust the height for each of them. Okay, to adjust the height, so we can make sure we are maintaining same height from what we have here. The first is 30. The next one is auto heights, and the third is 70, and this one is also 40 and 30. So for the first one here, I'll go ahead and give it a height of 30. For the second one here, I'll give it a height. It's gonna have an auto height, so I don't really think we need this guy, but I'll just leave it that way. Okay, I want it to have an auto height, but let's leave it that way. Then the third one here, an height of 70, which is already what we have. Let's reduce that to 40. Yes, it's looking better now. Yeah, so there are no gaps, and the heights have been adjusted as needed. Give this 30. Cool. So I think it's looking better now. So I think the padding we did for this is not affecting the one for the progress area. So instead of doing the padding here, I would do it on the vertical container here, or the horizontal container. I'll do that here and say self.padding top. I'll make sure that reflects for the rest. And that is applying to both areas now, which is cool. Okay, then I have a default padding here, which I've done here already. Okay, then right here we need a different main padding, which is here. So the first padding we did was for this guy here, which is 10 by default for the outer container. Then for the main container, we had a padding of like 30 pixels. Okay, so I might adjust this value for mobile screens. So just so it's dynamic across all the galleries, I'll just target the name of this and I'll plug it into the parent of this ones. I think that should be the vertical container here. Yeah. So not 10, but this guy. Dots. Padding top. Okay, now it's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. Now this is what we need. This is what we need. It's looking perfect. Though I think the gaps are too much. We have this. The first container there, we should be 10 all around. Then for the next one, we have 30 all around. Then here, this is the error. We are having extra 20, which should not be. Should not be. We don't need that. It's for the right, it's for the left. Yes, it's looking better now. Cool. Can see the pattern is consistent around. Yes, and I think the template height is too much. Just this to 185. I think 185 should be perfect. Or 180 should be perfect. Yeah, 180 is perfect. Yes, guys, so we are making good progress on this. Now, so congratulations, guys. We just wrapped up with the list view, and I think we should properly name our container at this point. Comp. All these we would call these projects. This is the project screen, right? Underscore views, right? Cool. So I'll stop the video here, and on the next video we'll get started with the Kanban view. Thank you for watching.